Hi, welcome to the FilmCrop channel. Today I'm going to tell you about a drama from 2020 called Drook. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and support me with a like. That way the channel will grow. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The students throw an alcoholic party and go on a total bender, walking the streets of the city and handing out beer to everyone. When they go down to the subway, the controllers approach them, trying to calm down the rowdy crowd of guys. One of the students handcuffs him to the rail while the other talks to him. This information reaches the entire university, and the superintendent, at a faculty meeting, proposes a ban on alcohol next semester. Martin is one of the teachers at the school, and after a student got up and walked out in his class, he wondered if he had become boring. After dinner, Martin asks his wife Annika the same question. Annika says he is a different person now. Not at all like the man she once met. At school, a teacher approaches him and says that the parents of one of the students he teaches history to want to talk to him. When he enters the classroom, he sees that the parents of all the children are sitting there. They gently tell him that he is acting aloof and not explaining the topics clearly. Martin says he'll think about what they said and maybe they'll get a new teacher. Well, now he has another reason to doubt himself. One of the teachers, and part-time friend of our hero, Nikolai, has a birthday. Before he leaves, he tries to talk to his children, who reluctantly answer him. A frustrated Martin notices this as well. First he goes to his friend Tommy, who also teaches at the same school as him, and together they go to a restaurant. Inside, Nikolai and Peter, also a teacher from the school, are already waiting for them. Nikolai talks about his life, how he feels about himself at 40, but quickly switches to a fascinating theory on psychology, because he teaches it. One scientist, Finskirderud, used to say that a person always lacks half a ppm in his blood to feel good about himself. And to combat this, a person should drink 1 or 2 glasses of wine every day. It will make him relaxed and happy. Everyone laughs at this. After all, the theory is really funny, until Nikolai says that it would really come in handy for Martin. Peter tells Nikolai about his problems with teaching. Everyone starts giving advice on how to make things work, but Nikolai says that's not the point. Martin has become unhappy and insecure, then maybe he should try this theory. The men are brought vodka, which they just love. They persuade Martin to drink some and he agrees. The vodka slowly takes effect on him. The music around him becomes brighter, and his friends' conversations subside. They are served wine, to which Martin again agrees. After he drinks the first glass, tears are visible in his eyes. A lump of worry slowly begins to come out. His friends ask him how he is feeling. He decides to share a little about how lonely he feels. The men support him and remind him what kind of man he was. Martin was very different, optimistic and full of ambition. But what's wrong with him now? Tommy, with whom he grew up, says of Martin's jazz ballet dancing, and his friends quickly pick up on the theme and start dancing. They've all had a decent drink by now, and after the restaurant, they go goofing off outside until it starts to get light. They have a great time, and Martin finally manages to loosen up. This gives him hope and strength, and with it the hope of regaining his self-confidence. Martin decides to apply the theory they talked about the day before and takes vodka to school. After a couple of sips, he begins to smile, greets the teacher in the hallway, and quickly wins the attention of the children, who normally wouldn't listen to him. On his way out, he sees Nikolai, who drops him off and suggests that the 4 of them all start an experiment. And it's not just an experiment, it's a study. They will drink strictly during office hours, and monitor the changes. Martin drinks again before class, and the class goes even better than the last one. The kids are interested in him. At Peter's, too, everything is transformed. His teaching method becomes more interesting and successful, too. The students begin to sing cleaner and with soul. They gather in the teacher's lounge after class and discuss the first results. Everyone is ecstatic. Martin drinks wine in the evening with his wife while the children are away. He manages to mend his relationship with Annika a bit after the talk. Tommy's first trouble begins. His bottles, hidden in the gym, are accidentally found. The friends gather to discuss the progress of their experiment. Everyone is still very happy with what they are getting and decide to make individual doses of alcohol for everyone, since Martin wants to increase it. Martin begins his new day by drinking an alcoholic cocktail and listening to Tchaikovsky. He doubled his dosage and somehow made it to his office, but the class went great. At times the students even shouted in delight at Martin's words. Nicholas notices this and asks his alcohol level. He decides to raise his level, too. The friends come to Tommy's class. One of the guys in his class wears glasses, which everyone teases him about. After supporting Tommy, he scores a goal. Is their experiment really going so well? They play soccer after school themselves. As they chat about life, Peter says that the students will forget them as soon as they walk out the door. And the next day he notices that Sebastian, One of the students is sitting with a sad look on his face when everyone has already left the classroom. Peter tries to talk to him about life and thinks that Sebastian is sad because of the girl. But he is afraid that he will fail the exam. Peter gives him an idea. Can you guess what it is? Yes, a drink before the exams, but promises that it's between them. The weekend arrives, Martin and his wife and children go out to the woods and have a great time, smiling and laughing. At night, Martin makes love to his wife, and she begins to cry because she has missed him all this time and their love, which has gone somewhere hidden over the years. The friends gather at Nikolai's house to discuss their experiment. Nikolai has obtained research on the harms of alcohol, but at the same time, he suggests increasing the dosage in order to get completely drunk and reach catharsis. Martin wants out, as he is just getting better and on the mend. He watches his friends get drunk, gets dressed and is about to go home. But his budding alcoholism kicks in and he never goes home and drinks a cocktail. They turn on the music and continue drinking. A couple of minutes later, they're dancing the night away, continuing to drink and drink again. The friends go to run errands to the store to buy cod, but their condition leaves much to be desired. They go to a bar and get more alcohol. They can barely stand anymore, but they keep drinking. Peter walks around with no clothes on at all. They somehow make it to their houses. Nikolai crawls to his bed and dips his pants. He is not thinking at all, even though it is morning. And Martin wakes up on the street with a broken forehead. He is carried home by his son. Annika sees this and is shocked, disappointment on her face. She asks Martin to explain to the children what it was. The children are already aware of the fact that he drinks all the time. Annika can't hear it and sends the children off to their rooms. She says that she hasn't felt him around for a long time, that he is fine with others, but not with her. In response, he asks if she feels good with someone else. And she confesses that she can't wait for him all the time, which means she is someone. Martin gets angry, throws everything off the table and leaves. Together with his friends, they get drunk and decide to stop this crazy experiment. They have experienced the full harm of alcoholism, and have come to this catharsis. After the end of the Christmas break, the teachers are assembled at school and told that some of the teachers are actually drinking during the lessons. A drunken Tommy comes to this meeting. This is the end of his teaching job. Martin takes him home and tries to take care of him. Tommy reaches for a drink now and then, but Martin tries his best to talk him out of it. In the end, he says that he can manage on his own. His friends don't have to come to his house and keep an eye on him. He asks Martin not to get discouraged, but he also casually talks about how aimless everything seems. Alcoholism seems to be dragging him into its grip, and the catharsis has gone out of its way to help him, but rather the opposite. Martin invites Annika to dinner to talk about everything and get his wife back. She orders herself some wine and doesn't want to hear any talk about going back. They gather under the pretext of discussing Casper's birthday. Martin can't keep quiet, and he apologizes to her and tells her how much he loves her. But Annika still can't be with him and leaves. Martin comes to his students looking dejected, struggling to say anything. But one of the students, who disliked him from the beginning, on the contrary, cheered him up and said that he is a good teacher, with whom they have passed the whole program, and therefore will pass the exams well. Peter helps Sebastian with the exam. He is very nervous and does not remember anything at all. Peter offers him a drink and takes a bottle of alcohol with him to the exam, asking him to sip from the bottle when he gets nervous. Sebastian manages to pass the exam. At this time, Tommy gets drunk, gets into a motorboat, and sails away. After a while, the boat is empty. Martin's students did well on their exams, just as their parents wanted them to. During the graduation sing-alongs, Nicholas comes up to Martin and says something in his ear. It seems to be about Tommy. Martin sits down on the bench, trying to comprehend what has happened. This is what his childhood friend's alcoholic catharsis led to. He drowned himself. Friends come to his funeral at the church and carry the coffin. Even a guy with glasses from school came to the funeral, along with the rest of the students. He puts a flower on his coffin. Martin gets together with his friends and drinks beer. Then they go to Casper's birthday party and discuss their business. Things are going great for everyone, but Martin has nothing to say. Their alumni drive by the restaurant while Martin gets messages from his wife. She believes in their marriage again and is willing to give them a second chance, which makes him happy. The friends go to the graduates, who offer them a drink. Peter asks him to dance and Martin finally agrees. He drinks and dances like he learned to do back in the day. Everyone splashes champagne and gives him a shout out. At the end of the dance, he jumps into the water. Tommy, after all, told him not to get discouraged once.